Welcome to the More to Life community. In today's call, we're going to talk about meditation versus visualization and about making things happen in your life by going within. I'm going to make a demonstration of meditation and visualization and in all the different ways you can use them. And I'm not just talking about meditation for relaxation or visualization just to visualize something in your mind. It's all about actually wanting to create something or making something happen in your life. So, not just going within, but by making something happen in your life. That is the goal with meditation and visualization. Some people will say that it's not, but for me it is, because if I wasn't doing meditation and visualization, like there wouldn't be any reason for it. So my reason for it is to make things happen in my life. If that means making the thing happen is being more relaxed or being more peaceful or being more clarity, I'm still making something happen in my life by going within, by going into meditation and visualization. So first, let's just start by using meditation to let go of the stress of today. We're just going to do a 3-minute meditation. And all you have to do right now is just close down your eyes. And let's just start by taking a deep breath in through your mouth and out. One more. Out. Let's just focus on making the out breath longer than the in breath. Out. In. Focus on your breath. Just feeling yourself becoming just a little bit more relaxed. Just feeling the relaxation spreading with every breath. Out. Just allowing yourself to be fully here without the urge of taking your phone up or doing something else, and just allowing yourself to be in this present moment, allowing yourself to be, to feel fully relaxed. And now you can open your eyes again. And if you follow my instructions, you probably feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at ease with yourself. So, when we start meditation, the way I like to look at it is almost like everyone starts with meditation. That's where everyone should start. And then visualization is kind of like, I wouldn't say a next level, but it's something that if you don't take the first step of meditation, visualization won't be as good. And these two dangerous work tools you can use for emotions, feeling better emotions, getting rid of emotions, being more healthy, becoming more better at gym, becoming better at being or acting like a healthy person, your relationships, your skills, your businesses, your finances. You can use meditation and visualization for all of this. And this is why it's really hard to talk about these subjects, because you can literally use it for everything. But there's one thing that you need that I'm going to be showing very soon to actually make this work in business or work in mastering your skills. So, when we talk about meditation, this is just a very simple way of distilling it into something like a little bit bigger of a category. So, meditation, when I think about meditation, I'm thinking about letting go. I'm thinking about passive creation, about not doing too much, but rather letting go of things. When I visualize, I'm thinking about active creation. When you're working with challenges, you're letting go of challenges. And when you're visualizing, you're creating opportunities. Meditating, anxiety, you're letting go of it. And you're creating emotions of calm when you visualize. So you can see on one hand, it's more about being passive, and the one is other is being more active. So letting go of the way forward, which is basically more of the passive creation and sitting in meditation and letting what comes up come up and letting that be the guide. And visualizing, then you visualize the way forward. You see it in your mind, you see where you want to go, and then you see all the steps on the way. And that is the activation. So is one better than the other? Well, it's all about your intention. It's all about where you want to go, because the intention actually sets the direction. And if you don't have a direction, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's actually when meditation is really good. If you don't have any direction, it's good to just let go of everything, let go of all of these arrows. Let go of all of them and see which one will guide you in which way. And maybe you come to this place where you say, I want to get more confidence. And then you can start to think about, okay, which tool is good to use here? I want to create more confidence. So it's not about letting go, it's not about passive creation, it's about active creation. You want to create the feeling of confidence. So that's when I would use visualization. Or I don't have any ideas, then we want to do a passive creation. Because if you don't know what you want to visualize, then visualization is really hard because you don't really know where you're going to go. So meditation and passive creation, about letting go of everything, just seeing the darkness, just sitting with yourself, sitting with nothing but a focused attention on nothingness or on your breath, that's where the ideas can come up because you give them space. When you're using the visualization, you slow down your breathing, you get into a meditative state, yes, absolutely, but then you focus your attention on something that is very specific. And if you want to create the feeling of confidence, then you actively focus your attention on the feeling of confidence. That's as easy as we can make it be. But of course, it takes a little bit of practice. So, meditation and visualization is about using the power that you have within, which is the power of thought, Think and Grow Rich, The Secret Key, The Master Key System. All these old books, they talked about the same thing, that everything comes from thought. If you can learn how to direct your thoughts and focus your thoughts, then you have all the power in the world. And the power of that thought has created everything in the room that you sit. That is how big this power actually is. So, to give you a glimpse of visualization, of how we can use visualization, I'm just going to do one of my favorite exercises, and it's also just a 5-minute exercise. But first, we go into a meditative state, because without meditation, we can't visualize. So, meditation always comes before visualization, because first we want to relax our body, and then we want to relax our mind, and then we want to go within so that we can start visualizing by having a inner focus. I know it's called focused attention. That is really what you're doing when you're visualizing and meditating, because when you're meditating, you're actively focusing on nothing. When you're visualizing, you're actively focusing on something. So it's not about not having thought, it's about directing that thought to nothing, or directing that thought to something. So if we're all sped up, stressed out, we can't do that because our thoughts are just running around. You're just shifting your thoughts to one thing to the other because the stress is creating that. So if we also think about hypnosis, that's the same thing that we do, is we just get your focused attention as deep and powerful as possible on one single thing and letting go of all the other stuff. So when we want to create confidence, we just need to let go, which is meditation, let go of all the stress, and then we want to visualize and focus on the confidence. And this works with anything that you have an intention to. If you want to get better at a skill, you visualize yourself already succeeding with a thing. You visualize yourself being successful. You visualize yourself failing on the thing and seeing how you can turn it into a success. You're basically making the unconscious conscious by visualizing all the different scenarios that might be fearful to you. But that's more on another video. So, start by closing down your eyes again. And first, we're going to go into a meditative state and relax our bodies and mind. And then we're going to start visualizing and actively create something. So, start by taking a deep breath in through your mouth and out. Out breaths longer than your inhales. You can count to 3 on the way in and 6 on the way out. 1, and out. We're just signaling to our body that we're completely safe and that there's no danger around us. One more. Once we relax the body, we want to start by going within. So, starting to relax your muscles, your jaw, your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your arms, your hands, your back, down all the way to your stomach, and your legs. If you're sitting up, just feel them getting heavier. If you're lying down, just feel it pushing deeper and deeper down, relaxing your feet. Just taking a few more big breaths in. Seeing if you can relax just 10% more. One more. Now, start focusing on your heart. And if you can't feel your heartbeat, just put a hand around your heart. And now we just want to visualize how it feels when it's pulsating, how fast it goes. Seeing if you can imagine how it looks from the inside. Just feeling your heart pumping and continuing your breathing. 3 seconds in, focusing on your heart. Feeling how the heart is interrupting your out breath. And now, continuing to breathing like this, I want you to imagine the last time you felt truly, truly happy. Maybe that was at a party, maybe it was the last time you got a reward, maybe it was when you saw your nephew for the first time, when you fell in love with your partner. Just imagine that day, just for a minute. Just any experience that sticks out. Could be 10 years ago. Just choose one of them. It doesn't have to be the one that you felt the most happy, just one that you felt really, really happy. Now, imagine that moment. Continue using your breath. And see this moment playing out. How happy you were. How happy you felt. How happy you are for having this memory in your mind. And starting breathing a little bit more heavy. And feeling this happiness spread throughout your body. Keeping your focus on your heart. Feeling this emotion just growing and growing. And when you're ready, you can let go of the image in your mind or your imagination and just focus on the feeling now. Feeling of happiness, of being grateful, calm, excited. And feeling it spread into every cell of your body. Take as much time here as you want to. And once you're ready, just come back to your body, come back to your senses, and come back fully to this moment. So, what that was, if you could feel the emotion of happiness or calm or excitement when we did this exercise, then we have to ask ourselves, what if we can do this now for a couple of seconds? Does that also mean that we can practice this to feel it all the time? Does this mean that we can actually become a master of our emotions and make ourselves feel happy anytime by using meditation and visualization to let go of the stress, the bad thoughts, and visualize yourself in a good state, and then start acting from that new state? I believe we can. And I do this work every day, all the time. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect at doing it, but the more I do it, the easier it gets to stay at a good emotional state. The easier it gets to know when I'm just bullshitting myself, when I'm feeling bad and I don't really want to feel good. I'm just enjoying the bad because I know I can change my emotional state at any time. And through using visualization, if you have a challenge or a problem, you can understand and visualize where that emotion comes from and see why you're feeling so much pain. And through visualization and meditation, you can release that pain. And now, again, you're free from the pain. This is what hypnotherapy does. It takes you back to a moment where you felt this pain, this emotional pain, and releases it. And you shift it by shifting the visualization of the experience. And once you've done that, the negative emotions no longer has to be there because there's no fear, there's no resistance, there's no pushing away from these emotions. So you can simply allow them to be, you can let them go, and then you can create good emotions. So this was a little sneak peek of what you can do with meditation and visualization. And again, it's all about your intention. Finances. You can visualize yourself on how you can become a more financially stable or financially thriving person, you can meditate on ways to make more money. You can visualize yourself spending money in a different way. You can even create a so-called money date where you and money meets up in a room and you talk to each other and you say, "Hey, why are you not in my life?" And you visualize the answers coming back. With your business, you can remove your mental blocks. With your skills, you can practice your skills. With your relationships, you can practice how you can become a better partner. The jealousy, you can go through the negative emotions that you have towards your partner and understand them. With your health, you can become a person who is more healthy. When you let go of emotions, you can feel good. And when you feel good, life is just easier. So there's so many use cases for this, and it's all about your intention with it. So you take the direction and then you create with these tools. And this is the real power of it. So I hope this was not too confusing and in some way helpful. Whatever you want, any meditation or any visualization that you feel like, okay, I don't really know how to do this, but I want to explore this, let me know in the comments and I will help you and I will guide you.